Hey folks, welcome to the channel. I'm Don. This is going to be fun, and it's not just because it's Johnny Cash. Well, the song you saw, Chattanooga City Limit Sign. I may not know the song, believe it or not, because I didn't grow up on country. I might know it as well, but if you're new to the channel, I came to traditional and outlaw much later in life, only after I started the channel. And when I started the channel, it was Nashville country. It wasn't necessarily pop. There was some in there, but I'm not a pop music fan. But it was Miranda, Alan Jackson, Merle, Rodney Atkins, and some songs that had some heart in it, but not traditional. Well, after I started the channel, folks are like, Don, the way you like lyrics, you need to check out this artist, that artist. And they were the traditional ones. And I fell in love. You know, it's probably a standard story for a lot of people who didn't grow up on country, but came to it via Nashville, so to speak. The reason this is going to be fun for me is James Emlyn Davies Brown said he's 21 and living in Mallorca, Spain, and he loves country music. So I don't know if you're doing like a junior year abroad over there, James, or what the deal is. But a while back, I don't know, it's like a year or two ago, I did a reaction to a Spanish band, Esos Ojos Negros, These Dark or These Black Eyes, by the Spanish band Duncan Du. And this was, oh gosh, a year and a half ago or so. And there was a couple comments like, I never thought I'd see the day that an American country music reactor would be reacting to a song from Spain that came out like in the 80s. Anyway, let's get on with Johnny's Chattanooga City Limit Sign. Is this a cover or an original?
I was thumbing a ride one Saturday morning out of Nashville, toting my sack. I lent my car to a gal that lived in Chattanooga, and she hadn't ever brought it back. She was drinking pretty heavy when I let her have it. I hope she knows it was only a loan. There ain't no telling what I might have told her back at the time, but that old car was also my home. About 5 miles out, I was getting kind of tired, sweating hard, and feeling kind of weak. I woke up with no cigarettes or nothing to drink, and I hadn't had a bite to eat. My nerves was so quick I couldn't tell where I was shaking. Then a set of brakes sang my song. Some fella stuck his head out of 57 Chevy and hollered, "Hey man, come on." I told them I was headed down to Chattanooga. They said, "Hop in, we're going there too." And the way they took off in a cloud of smoke, I still ain't believing it was true. They had the windows down and I was sitting in the back with my tongue still hung in my throat. He was hitting just about 110 and he said, "Man, what do you think of this boat?"
I like it.
Well, there was 2 semis struggling up ahead, one trying to pass the other. They had the whole road blocked, so he passed them on the right. And let me tell you something, brother. I was so nervous that my teeth was clicking, there wasn't no way my head could think. Then the one that was sitting on the passenger side turned and said, "Hey man, you want something to drink?" I just shook my head because I couldn't talk. He said, "Okay," and then he said, "Cheers." Them fools was drinking whiskey and wine and chasing it down with beer.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, I started sweating that old sticky sweat, and I know I was white as a sheet. Then one turned the radio on wide open and said, "Hey man, check that beat." By the time we reached the top of Mount Eagle, I thought I heard a rumbling sound. And then I saw a sign that said Fallen Rock, and right there I was floorboard bound. I was rolling and squirming on the old floorboard, too weak to sit or stand. And then the driver said, "We're doing 120. Look here, man, no hands." I got up enough nerve to raise up and look, and by now there couldn't be no surprise. But his hair was blowing all over my face and dandruff blowed in both eyes.
Yeah, that's gross.
He never did drive on the right or left, he just kept on riding that line. I rubbed my eyes and saw the prettiest thing, the Chattanooga City Limit sign. He slowed down and I said, "Mister, please, I'd like to get off right here." He said, "All right, on into town with us. We're gonna go down and pick up some more beer." I said, "Please," once more, and he stopped the car and then he handed me my sack. Said they'd look for me on the road later on in case I wanted to catch a ride back. I got out and sat down by the side of the road feeling sick and looking mighty pale. I don't remember anything much after that, but next morning I woke up in jail. I didn't know anybody in my cell and didn't want to ask why I was there, but they all kept grinning and turning their heads, and it was more than my head could bear.
What happened?
So I called the jailer and asked him to tell me why I was there, if he'd be so kind. He said for stopping the traffic while I was hugging and kissing the Chattanooga city limit sign.
Now that sounds like a Shel Silverstein song or something, but that's funny. Like, you're like, all right, why? Where's this going? He got arrested for stopping traffic because he was so happy to be out of the car. Yeah. What do you say? Classic Johnny. Oh, yeah. I didn't see that punchline coming. I didn't know if it had something to do with the car. The woman committed a crime and it was traced back to him. But he was hugging a sign. Oh my gosh, James, that was a good one, my friend. All right, I'm going to rate that one. That was, gosh, I mean, it's just, that's basically country. That was like precursor to rap. Clean, fun storytelling, but Johnny just right along. The number that popped into my head when I remembered I had to rate it was a 9.1. I love intrigue. I love the surprise. Now, you folks have heard this before a number of times and be like, maybe you're like, how could you give that a 9.1? And maybe there's a difference between the first time you hear a song and the 10th or 20th or 100th. There usually is. But in this one, I was pleasantly surprised. And there we have it. That was fun. Okay, James, mucho gusto, mi amigo, en España. I hope things are going well in your neck of the woods. I hope you see this because you requested this a while back. All right, guys, have a great day. I'll see you on another video. Keep rocking the country.